Hi, welcome to Spotlight on Bensenville. I'm Village President Frank D. Smillen and your host for today's episode. Today we'll be talking to Don Schultz, who is our EMA coordinator, and we're going to be talking about the Bensenville Emergency Management and the codeRED system. Welcome to our show, Don.
Thank you.
What is the function of our Bensenville Emergency Management Agency?
Well, simply put, the Emergency Management Agency is all about preparedness. And all those involved processes of planning, exercising, continuing to review our plans, the written plans that we develop, and that's again related to all the planning, preparedness before an event, responding to an event, and then recovering from a disaster event. And we involve all the village departments. We're talking with the county agency, the state in some respects. We're all trying to work together to develop these plans and be as well prepared as we possibly can be.
What type of hazards or disasters can impact the village of Bensenville?
Severe weather is probably one of the biggest things that we take a look at. The summer storms, the tornado, possibility for tornadoes to happen in the area. Our winter weather can certainly be a hazard. We saw this last winter with the extreme cold temperatures that we had, and we did have one event where we had scattered power outages. So that's always a concern. We had those extreme cold sub-zero temperatures, and then we lose power. How long is that going to last? We're looking at warming centers and getting the word out to the community where these warming centers are, and so at least they have a place to go to and warm up till the power is restored. So those are just a few of our concerns. Of course, there's the man-made hazards, transportation. That could be highway trucks with hazardous materials up and down our highways. The rail lines, they carry a lot of material that could be a problem if there's an accident or a spill. And then of course air transportation poses a hazard to the area. So we're looking at all these things in there.
How can EMA assist a village to prepare for these types of hazards?
Well, one of the things that shows like this, just to raise awareness to the residents of our community to do things that would help prepare them in case we had some kind of a emergency or disaster event. Going to the village website or EMA website that provide information, preparedness information, links to other sites that have a lot of good preparedness information to help residents build a kit, develop a plan, test or exercise that plan, and again, be as prepared as they possibly can in case there was some kind of a large-scale emergency or disaster event.
I know we're going to talk about it, but I mean, I've done calls out there, codeRED calls. I know you have, and I know we have people signed up for it, and we'll talk a little bit more about it during the show, but I think that our social media, our presence on the internet, our presence with our phone calls, I mean, I think we're pretty up in the game. I mean, we involve everybody with everything that's happening, and I'm very impressed on that part of EMA.
We've worked real well with our media department here to link all those things together when we make those codeRED calls, that we're not only just making phone calls, but it's linked or attached to social media, just again doing the best job we can to get the word out to the community.
So how would the village notify our residents and businesses if there's such a threat?
Well, again, if it's a large scale, not even such a large scale event, but something that's a threat to the community and we need to get the word out, we're going to use that codeRED system. Again, that's a phone number based system, a home landline or more important, cell phone numbers, and residents can put in as many numbers, phone numbers, cell phone numbers as they have. It's not limited to one number per person. You can add multiple numbers and make sure that you're getting the notification when we do put it out there.
How do they sign up for that?
They go to the village website,
okay,
and right on the home page, there you'll see at the top the little buttons, and there's one identified, emergency notification system. Click on that, and it goes to a page, and it'll walk you through. There's a highlighted part there where they click on that and actually get you to the page where you start entering information. So you're then would be in the system.
Obviously free.
Yes.
Okay.
Free, no charge to.
So even though we're using cell phones and landline phones, and that notification system is in place, do we still sound sirens or?
The sirens are still used. Yes, people are used to the sirens. They are a great notification tool. It's kind of like heads up. Especially kind of think about it. The weather's kind of looking a little threatening. The skies are gray, and there's a storm approaching. You hear the sirens. The intent is it's for real. Mm-hmm. Take action. Yes, we still use the sirens. They're important.
Are there other types of assistance that EMA offers for our community?
Probably one of the best other types of assistance is our trained volunteers that come out and support police, fire, first responders during an emergency event. And also some of our planned events like 4th of July and Music in the Park. When some more personnel out on the street are needed, we'll come out and fill that gap, so to speak, for traffic control and things like that. So that's probably one of the best, I guess, other resources or ways that EMA can assist or help out.
EMA has some pretty unique equipment. Tell us a little bit about our equipment.
Again, like I just mentioned, traffic control is probably one of our big things. So there are two vehicles we have. It's a Chevy Suburban and a van that were set up primarily for our traffic control assistance. They've got a lot of, the cones, the traffic cones that we use, the road signs, and our vests, the traffic vests that we use for visibility, so people can see us when we're out there. Then we have it's a squad truck, and that's a utility truck. There's a lot of different equipment on board that vehicle. Portable generators, portable pumps, some more traffic control equipment, some first aid equipment on board to for the minor cuts and mm-hmm. things like that. Saws, if we had to assist with removing some down branches, things like that, we could do that as well. And then our large lighting truck, which is really a unique piece of equipment. It's a 70-foot articulated boom, which has 20 1,000-watt metal halide, which is a real white, bright light up on the end of this boom, and we can light up quite an area and have done so for some of the more major traffic accidents like out on Route 83, some of the fire scenes that the fire department has asked for some lighting equipment, and so we have done that. And
I know I know other towns actually ask for that light truck quite a bit too.
Yeah.
So we assist them if we can. Bensenville's first, obviously, but we go out and help all surrounding towns.
Exactly. We will go out and help on a mutual aid request. And have done so.
We're going to talk a little bit more after break. Can you hang out?
Sure.
We'll be right back after this break with more Spotlight in Bensenville.
The Water's Edge Aquatic Center is conveniently located in the Redmond Recreational Complex in Bensenville. The Water's Edge is home of Fenton High School and Wahoo swim teams, featuring an indoor 8-lane lap pool and diving well. The Aquatic Center is available for private functions and parties. Learn to swim, stay in shape, or enjoy recreational swimming year-round at the Water's Edge Aquatic Center.
Staying connected is important, and at the Village of Bensenville, it has never been easier to keep up to date with what's happening around town. Whether on your phone, desktop, or tablet, the Village of Bensenville website is your go-to community resource, so you'll stay connected at home, in the office, or on the go. Join us on social media. Visit the Bensenville homepage and click on the Facebook icon. This will take you to the Bensenville Facebook fan page. Once there, click the like button and add us to your newsfeed. To follow us on Twitter, visit the Bensenville homepage and click on the Twitter icon. This will take you to the Bensenville Twitter page. Once there, click the follow button and add us to your Twitter feed and receive regular community updates. For email and cell phone notifications, click on the Notify Me button. This will take you to the Notify Me dashboard. Add your email address and/or cell phone number at the top of the page. Then select which service you would like to receive updates from. Click on the envelope icon for email alerts and on the phone icon for phone alerts. You can choose one, the other, or both. Tune into our public access cable shows and board meetings. Choose a current program from the Multimedia tab down on the home page. Bensenville Community Television is also web streamed 24 hours a day. To pay your Bensenville utility bill online, just click on the Online Payments button, then follow the instructions provided on our secure payment site. If you have any problems, concerns, or questions to tell the Village, please visit the Report a Concern Center. Through the YourGov application, you can explain your issue and track its progress from submission to completion. Issues submitted through YourGov are forwarded directly to the responsible department. Staying connected is important, and at the Village of Bensenville, it has never been easier to keep up to date with what's happening around town. On your phone, desktop, or tablet, the Village of Bensenville website is your go-to community resource, so you'll stay connected wherever you are.
Hi, and welcome back to Spotlight on Bensenville. I'm Village President Frank D. Simone. I'm here today with Don Schultz, who is our EMA coordinator, and we're talking a little bit about our Bensenville emergency management and our codeRED system. Welcome back. So I'd like to talk a little bit and spend a little bit more time discussing the specifics of our codeRED emergency notification system and how it benefits our residents. So what is codeRED and why is it important to me?
Well, codeRED is an emergency notification service that allows local officials to notify residents and businesses by telephone, cell phone, text messages, email, social media regarding time-sensitive general and emergency notifications. Our local officials have access to this, so the point being is it's secure. It's limited access to the system, so I think when you get these notifications, again, it's something that we want residents to take notice and act accordingly, depending on what the message is that we're sending out.
When will we use codeRED?
We use codeRED at any message regarding the safety, property, and welfare of the community will be disseminated using codeRED. It may include an amber alert, hazardous material or traffic, road conditions, boil water advisories, notifications, things like that. We will certainly use the system.
Does codeRED system replace all of the other systems that have been used to provide time-sensitive information?
I think it's in addition to. It
to.
supplements, our use of social media, things like that. But again, when you see codeRED, it's an emergency event that we certainly want residents to take notice and be aware of.
Does the codeRED system already have my telephone number, or do I have to sign up for it?
Should have yours.
Should have mine.
I know.
It does have mine.
You're in there. But it's a database system that people would need to access the system, input some information to make sure they're in. If you're not sure that you're in, you can go in at any time and enter your information. And say, for example, you weren't sure and you've gone in there now twice. It's not going to call you twice. It's just going to give you the one phone call. And but yeah, you would have to enter information and can do so on the village website very easily.
What if I want to register more telephone numbers to my address?
You can go back in after
Okay.
you submit the initial registration. You can start the registration process again. You could go back in, enter additional cell phone numbers or whatever number you would want to put in there, and we do that all the time. It's not a problem.
So the village doesn't sell this information, hand it out to anybody. We don't put
No.
any other information out except emergency information, right?
No, we don't. It's not available for use outside the village. Again, we keep it secure in this system.
That was my next question. It is protected.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
So how will I recognize if I get a codeRED message?
So there's a couple of numbers that will appear on your phone, your caller ID, and the one number is 866-419-5000. And that's generally when there's an emergency message sent out. That's the number that will appear. If there's a general message, like our severe heat advisories, things like that, we want to make people aware. A general message sent out. That's a different number that can show up or would show up, and it's 855-969-4636. And what we would hope residents would do is, like with their cell phones, take those numbers and identify them as codeRED or emergency message. Put a label on it so when it does come up.
I was just going to ask you that question.
You
get a lot of phone calls now from 800 numbers that are scams and spoofs
Certainly.
and things like that.
Yeah.
So we'll put those numbers on the screen. So take those numbers down, maybe title them in your phone
Title
as
them.
Bensenville codeRED. That way you know to answer that call. Because when I see a number that I don't understand, I just dump it and I.
Sometimes, yeah.
Now, if somebody dumps the phone, like dumps their call, does it leave a message?
It will leave a message.
Okay.
Yeah, if they don't pick up for whatever reason, they're busy doing something, it will leave a message. You can go back and call and get that message later on.
Okay.
So
let's make sure the residents know the numbers that we're going to put on the screen for you. Put them in your phone where it says Bensenville codeRED or emergency drill or however you want to label them. That way you know when it calls, it's actually us calling and not the guy from the IRS who says he's from the IRS.
One of the things before we wrap up is this is one of the things that we really want to stress to the residents to really take a look at this, go to the village website and enter your information. If this is your first time hearing about this, please do so. If you're not sure, it's been a few years, go back in and enter your information. Maybe you've changed your cell phone,
right.
Update that information. But we want to try to get as much of the residents and business here in Bensenville as we possibly can into that database, so we're reaching the greatest number of people and residents and businesses here in town.
How can our residents learn a little bit more about this program?
They can, again, go to the website, or they could even call my office if they would like, and if they've got a question, or email my office.
Phone number?
The office number is 630-350-3461, And my email is dschultz@bensenville.il.us.
Or www.bensenville.il.us. And we get all the information
Correct.
on the website as well.
Contact information's there.
Don, thank you for this information. It's very, very important. Just another way that we're trying to keep everybody safe and informed out there. And thank you for joining us for this episode on Spotlight in Bensenville, and I'll see you next time.